period, not just once actually. There was one moment when they had, about 3 or 4 days after the initial attack, when they'd shot everyone at the Bataclan Club and shot people in the restaurants, that they had located 2 of the terrorists in a suburb called Saint-Denis, north of Paris city, and the alerts came through saying that explosions had been heard, and we were woken by our Sydney bosses. It was about 3:30 in the morning. They said, there's a raid going on, you've got to get there. So we bolted to this area, and you join the other media, and there's normally a police line, and you are behind the police line, and generally you're keeping an eye on how things are going, but it's pitch dark, and it was cold in November. And then things happened. There were more explosions, there were guns, there were 20 police cars that came screaming through, and then the police line moved, and suddenly you're there very exposed. And at the time, the camera crew and I, we thought, wow, we've really screwed up here. Like, we are now in a dangerous situation, because all of the locals had come out. They were very angry about the media coverage. They felt they were being targeted. And also we were very worried about equipment being stolen, which, you know, has happened.
So do you have security? Like, you have a translator, you have a fixer, you have a driver. Do you also have someone watching your back?
Yeah, my driver is called Uber. I wish we had a driver. But that was the other thing, that you will jump out of a taxi or an Uber and then you are on your own and you realise you don't have that escape as well. So that's another thing. And then, of course, none of the drivers wanted to go anywhere near that area to pick us up. So, look, we did a debriefing about that. We do a debrief all the time. You know, my colleague went to Hamburg for the G20 recently.